Are you a remote worker and want to swap the shit UK weather to work in Bali instead? Thought so. Hey, I'm Jess. I'm a freelance UX UI designer and I am currently living and working in Bali. I'm going to create a couple of episodes which are going to cover everything you need to do the exact same thing as me. We're going to look at pre-arrival and post-arrival, so don't worry, I've got you covered. A lot of people actually think it's hard to obtain a visa to go work in another country, but trust me, it's not. In this next episode, I'm going to cover the visa that you need to come work here, particularly the one that I'm on. So I'm going to cover the requirements, the costs, where to apply, and also run through the form with you as well. I always wanted to go work abroad, and the only way I thought I could do that was work my ass off in the UK, save as much money as I can, go travelling, and then find a country that I like, and then start all over again there. Now that is one way you can do it, but there's another way. So there I was, sat working away in the UK, freezing my tits off, paying a fortune for my central heating, and I thought, no, there's got to be another way to do this. So there I went researching away, and I came across a visa for Bali, which allows me to come and work over here and not have to pay the Indonesian tax. So I was able to continue freelancing from a UK company that I'm currently contracting at, and actually live out here, so I'm getting best of both worlds. It's also obviously so much cheaper to live here than the UK because it's an absolute shit show over there. So I was able to work out here, be in Bali, save up so much more money, and then wherever I want to go next, which Australia's on my list, I'll actually be able to save up a lot faster whilst being in paradise. Win-win, no brainer. Actually, book me there. It's a really good site, super intuitive, it's really easy to use, and anytime that I've needed to reach out and speak to them, they've been really good at replying and getting back to me really quickly as well. You'll find that the Balinese people are so friendly, and all they want to do is help you, so it's a perfect place to come. So from the main navigation, we're going to click on Visa and Entry. As you can see, you can actually do a quiz to see what would be the best visa for you, which is really useful. I'm only going to cover the one that I'm currently on, so we'll have a look at that in detail now. So back up to the main nav, visas overview, and they've got all the visas on here now, and this is a lot of information to take in, but we're going to be looking at the C2 visit visa. So we'll click through into that and look at this in more detail. So as you can see, it's a 60-day visa initially, which you can extend twice, so that'll allow you to be here for 6 months, which is what I'm planning on doing. It's single entry, which means if you leave, the visa is revoked and you would have to start all over again. So if you're going to be here, it is best to try and stick to the 6 months, or even just do 2 months at a time and just see how you feel. You might get here and be like, actually 2 to 4 months is enough for me. You don't have to do the full 180 days, and you don't pay it all up front either. So you pay initially for the 60 days and you extend it twice, paying each time, but I'll run over costs in a second. You have to apply for this outside of Indonesia, so obviously do this at home. And basically I'm going to have a little look at what the requirements are. You need a passport that is valid for at least 6 months. That is the same anywhere you go in the world. So if you've only got, say, a year left on your passport, I would highly recommend getting it renewed before you come, because if at the end of the 6 months here you think, oh, actually I'd like to go to Australia, or maybe go work in Thailand, or go anywhere you want to really to work, you're going to be a bit stuck if you've only got less than 6 months on your passport for anywhere you go. So definitely get that renewed if you've only got a short amount of time left on that. Next thing is a personal bank statement with a minimum of 2,000 US dollars, which equates to about £1,500. So you have to have proof of earning £1,500 each month for the previous 3 months that you applied for visa. It's quite similar to getting any loans or anything like that. So all you need to do is literally get a PDF statement and include that in the application. You need a recent colour photograph, so you can actually have to do this yourself. It's just standard, stand against a white wall, monotone pose. Or if you want, you could just go into, I don't know, local Tesco, Sainsbury's or whatever, and go in the passport booths and get one taken there. I actually went into a Max Spielman, and they obviously take the photos professionally and they send you them digitally and physically. And you can actually ask them to get you Indonesian like sizes specifically. Don't think that really matters just for the visas, but yeah, it's a nice little extra thing to have. The last thing you're going to need to upload, so if we're looking at this last bullet point here, so it says information, invitations or correspondence from government agencies or a private institution explaining the relationship with the applicant. So Bali.com will actually provide this for you when they put your application forward to the government. All you will need to do is actually upload just a document which explains the activities that you're going to be doing while you're here. So I've literally got written down here something like, I work remotely as a freelancer from the UK. I have a UK limited company and I'll be carrying out work for clients, which includes taking calls and business meetings. You could probably just go on a ChatGPT and get them to write something out for you. But it's literally just for Bali.com to check you're getting the right visa, basically. I've double checked this. I've been in correspondence with them about this as well because I wasn't sure what this was. But that's literally all it is. So don't worry, you don't have to get this first. Bali.com will provide that to the government when you put your application forward. So let's have a little look at costs. We have got the costs here, which is going to look crazy because they're in Indonesian rupiah. So if we just go on the drop down, and we're going to be looking at the C2 standard 10 to 14 days. If you are in a rush to get it, you can pay extra and get the express and the urgent, but I went for the 10 to 14 days one and it actually came back a lot quicker. So this is going to be 3,750,000 rupiah. So I'm going to bring the calculator up here. Now, I don't know if you guys know this little trick, but if you actually select the little calculator icon, click convert, you can actually use it to convert any currency in the world. I've already got Indonesian rupiah selected, so we're going to pop this in here. 3,750,000 is about £170. So that's your initial cost to actually apply for the visa, and that's for the first 2 months. Now, after that, when you are extending the visa, it's actually a lot cheaper. It's around £80 each time that you extend. So all in, you're looking at about £330 for your visa. So now that we're happy with which visa we've selected, we will add to cart. And this should take us straight to the form. Here we are. So simple form, really not complicated to use, just general billing details. So whatever card you're using, make sure it's like, so my name's Jess, but on my card I'm Jessica. So just make sure you put your full names in. So that's just your general billing details. Personal details is in a bit more depth. So you've got your full name on your passport, nationality, email address, etc., etc. Occupation. You've got your passport details in here. So your address in Indonesia, don't worry about obviously you're not going to have any accommodation booked yet. Just put any address in Indonesia. It really doesn't matter. They actually stipulate that you can change your address. It's just to have something on there so it knows that you are entering Indonesia and you're going to be staying here. So just go on Airbnb or just find any villa and just get their address and pop it in. Next is the document upload. So obviously I've gone through the requirements. So upload your recent photograph. Your passport, just make sure it's clear and cropped. There's loads of apps you can download to get for free as well, so you can just quickly take that. So this is your activities/invitation letter that I was referring to. So this is something that literally just do it in a Word document or even on your notes or anything. It depends if you've got a Mac or a laptop, and literally just write up what your intentions are when you're here. Then you've got your bank statement for your proof of funds. There's options to add 2 and 3, but I just put mine all in one PDF. I don't think you need to do it for each month. And that's that. So the last step of the form is just to confirm your order. So it's just to double check that all the information is correct and that you've definitely selected the right sort of visa. They will, once you select place order, that will go through to the Bali.com team. They will review your application, make sure that there's nothing missing. If they need any more information, they'll be in touch with you. And then once they're happy with that, they will email you and tell you this is all good and send you a payment link. So you will then pay for the visa and then that will go off to the Indonesian government to be approved. Mine came back approved within 8 days, so it was even quicker than the 10 to 14 days, which is great. And just something to note as well, once it is approved, you have 90 days to use it. Otherwise, it's void after the 90 days. So I moved here in April. So I did this in January. And I made sure as well that when I actually were booking my flights, that I gave myself a couple of days either side, because you never know, you could be delayed, your flight could be cancelled or anything like that. So just give yourself some breathing space to actually get here in time. And that's it. It's as simple as that. So if you've got any comments or questions or anything, just drop them in the comments box below and I'll answer them as best I can, or send you to the right people who can answer you as best as I can. Next up, we're going to be talking about flights and accommodation. Tune in.